bored. I'm bored too. So it's actually been a real long while. Real long while. About a week. It might be a bit choppy too because I'm on mobile data. And the data is just not as good as the Starlink, but impossible to run the internet right now. In fact, we don't. There's so little sun and power coming down. The Starlink is been disconnected until next month when we start getting sun again. But oh my goodness, a lot of catching up to do. Like I'm inside today. I was inside yesterday. I went outside just to get a little bit of water and let the dog poop, and I left my dog with my neighbor for what a good since she just got home. I left my dog with my neighbor for what about 3-4 hours because she's been cooped up so long. She needed to see her friend, and he's got a dog she's absolutely in love with. They played. They got their cabin fever out, but I still got the cabin fever. I'm inside because right now it is -30 out, and I've lived -30 before. I don't feel like going to be hanging out in -30. I'm doing everything I can to stay warm in here. I've got the heat going, and oh my goodness, I will show you the windows. That's how cold it is. The windows are frozen. Windows have never been that frozen before in all of history. But the windows are frozen. It is cold. Uh, -30 is no joke. I lived -30 outside. I got the choice of being in four walls and with heat running. I'm gonna take those four walls and heat. And how you doing, Ronnie? So yeah, there's that, and the constant snowfall. Oh my goodness, we're on the ground accumulated. I used to have about 1.5 feet step down to get out of the camper. Now it's just a flat surface. Hey, Skip. It's just a flat surface. It's packed down because it's my walking path, but accumulated on the ground there is 4 feet of snow. Almost out of supplies completely. I've got 2 sausages left and I think it's a salami. Not a good salami. Not the best kind. Kind of sucks. But I need to get to town really soon. Unfortunately, we haven't really been able to get to town. It's going to be at least another 3 days until we can get to town. Because tomorrow is a snowstorm. The day after, that is a highway closure from the Falls to Cornwall, the stretch that we're on, because of road work. And the day after that is another snowstorm. So at least there'll be 3 more days without getting into town. I am desperately running out of supplies. And shocked how much propane I'm actually using to heat the place. I've got a wood burning stove just in case of emergencies. It's just not as safe as the propane to use. I've used it a couple times, and we're really windy here, so the wind blows by and pushes all the smoke back down here, and I get smoked out. So the safest option for me not to suffocate is the propane. Hey, Ozzy. Hey, Moosey. And, Moose, yeah, I get it. You're bored. You had fun. You played today. You want more playtime. I will always play with you. I will always give you your lovin's and butt scratches. I love you, too. That's what's been going on is snow, cold, more snow, and more cold. And my little heaters are doing their best to push back the cold. I'm not homeless, man. I was a while back. This is my homestead. I've got this land leased for the rest of my life. This is my first full winter up here. I arrived March 18th last year, so at the end of winter. But the Northern Ontario winters, they like to kick you in the ass. And hey, Ozzy. Like right now, I'm running propane for the heat, and I estimated just how penetrating negative 30, negative 40 is. I did it in a tent. I did, straight up, negative 40 in a Walmart tent. But I don't know why. I think it's because the area here is so wet, the cold really penetrates. Uh, and my heaters are working overtime to keep the place warm. I found out it's going to cost about $220 a month to keep the place. Sucks, but better that than being frozen. Just a second. What did I do with it? Can you back off for a second, Mo? I just lost something. There it is. Haha. But, I'm not complaining. This is what I wanted. This is what I asked for. It's a learning experience, and the learning experience is kicking my butt. I'll make it through the... Just keeping the heaters going. Today, there's no way I'm going out. Where I am is where I am. After this, I was lucky enough to have an opportunity to go to the library. Hey, Super Gang. And I downloaded a bunch of movies and whatnot on my cheap. It worked for movies, that's about it. I can't really even get on the internet well with it. You gotta plug it into a computer, load it with movies, and even then it takes like 5 minutes for the movie to load and start playing. But I got a Temu tablet. They were $20. I filled it up with movies when we went to the library about a week ago. It's because I'm inside. It's because I'm inside using mobile data. It's going to be horrible quality. The internet isn't up and running because of the lack of power. And yeah, just doing my best to keep the heat on. Entertain a dog. Keep my fingers crossed. I gotta go to town soon. Luckily, I still have. I just filled up the 200 to 100 pound propane tanks, and they'll hopefully last until about the 2nd of January. That's when I have to refill them again, because I'll go through that each month, just keeping this place warm. No power because the lack of sun. Only reason why I have a charge on my phone, I can keep this phone charged, is yesterday we got a little sun, so I've got my batteries running, charging my backup batteries to keep my phone charged. But besides that, the way I've been keeping my phone charged is I was very smart. Look up the BioLite. They're a neat little device, or a can-looking thing. I've got mine outside, and you can have fire in it. But it got a battery pack onto it, so after having the small stick fire in the BioLite, the fire charges the battery built into it, and then you can charge your phone off of that. That's how I've been keeping the phone charged for the last 3 weeks, because we haven't had, in those 3 weeks, we had 4 hours of sun, and that was yesterday. That's how I've been keeping the phone charged. It's been so fucking cold. I had to call my neighbor to come over to help me get outside. Yeah, no, I'm not joking. The door froze shut from the outside. So it was either, break a window and crawl out of it, or call my neighbor to get his blowtorch to unfreeze my door enough for me to open it. How cold it is. It was freaking funny. That was yesterday, actually. It's probably frozen again. The door is probably frozen again. No, it wasn't. I'd already brought the dog out. She did her business. I actually brought the dog over to my neighbor's place, Corey, so he could watch her for a couple hours. Not watch her, but she got the cabin fever, and she won't go outside in this. She'll go outside, take a couple steps, and poop and back in. She's got a lot of puppy energy. It's no good for me in here with her like that. But she's smart. She likes her comfort. So I brought her to go visit Corey. He's got a dog named Corky. Corey and Corky. His dog's a sweet dog, and lent Moose to him for a few hours so they could sit around and play. I was hoping to get the puppy energy out of her, but she's very riled up. This is home for the rest of my life. I will do. I'm trying to learn how to make it easier. Easier isn't the word. Yeah, easier is a word. I'm gonna say cheaper. Cheaper to live in it. I know. I didn't want to put anything over, but I'm thinking 20. Okay. I have to keep the phone in the right spot or it loses connection. About it. Unfortunately, because I'm in a metal box and the limited phone connection because I don't have the internet up and running, nobody has the kind of power it requires to run the damn thing. We've had a solid 3 hours, not days. Ridiculous. I just action that I need, but it's a lack of power. It is frustrating. It is frustrating.